Hey all, welcome to Tuesday with Pastor Dan. Glad to have you all join. I was scanning my bookshelf over here on the side of my desk at the big one over there and the little one over here. And there's a book that says, I want to be made well, or I want to be well, actually. And it triggered in my mind, um, uh, uh, in scripture, the pull of Siloam, where Jesus heals a man and he says, do you want to be made well? And the man says, yes. And then Jesus says, well, let's go. Get up, put yourself in the pool. And the man makes excuses. There's no one to carry me. There's none of this. And Jesus again says, do you want to be made well? And that question now is suddenly reverberating around in my brain in as I think about this. And what I'm thinking is that question is, do I want to be made well? And it comes down to some thoughts of priorities. Um, Sometimes we talk to the athletes and we're like, did you get lifting in? Did you get this in? Because right, I'm not a volunteer coach. I'm paid, but it's not my full-time job. This is, and so I can't be there all the time. So I have to trust teenagers, which they're trustworthy, but sometimes they you just gotta they don't always get the stuff done. And uh, the question is then, well, I didn't have time for it. Okay, what did you do instead? Well, yeah, yeah, exactly. So the better thing is to say it wasn't a priority that day, or it isn't a priority at all. And so the question comes to me then is to look at that in myself, is to say, well, I didn't have time, or I didn't, well, what other choices did I make instead of praying or visiting or spending time with people or the countless other things that could have possibly done in ministry and life and service. And that's not just me as a paid Christian, but as a Christian, as a person of faith, there's these expectations that are upon us. What were those other things that I prioritized? And I'm going to keep using that prioritized instead of scripture and prayer and spiritual practices that engage us with God and get us closer to God. And then also the things that we do in terms of service, doing the mission trips or projects or giving of our time and talents to others. And I'm not just saying the church, but any other ways that we can serve and love those around us. What else did we prioritize instead of doing those things? And it's just this question that I think I'm going to continue to ask myself. And I hope you all are able to ask yourselves that too, because, right, we all prioritize different things. And so it's to say, okay, well, today I feel empty, or today I feel whatever, and I don't feel close to God. Well, what did I prioritize instead of the things that bring me closer to God, or bring me closer to other people, or engage me with the church, or engage me with my faith community or my community at large? It's all, and I think Jesus says it over and over. He points to it that it's a priority thing. So I don't, and I'm not saying that everybody's priorities are out of whack, but I do think it's a daily question to ask ourselves. What will we prioritize today and the next day? So I hope you all are blessed. Look forward to seeing you soon.